Hey everybody, Dylan from Noble Records coming at you with another video. It's one of those videos I've just been up against it this week, been slammed trying to get everything together. Been on a lot of digs, been just burning it at both ends, so it's been hard to get videos out. So instead of everything being perfect, I just had to just go ahead and film one. I had my tripod is at the shop, and so I'm just setting my phone up on my counter here. So it's kind of a impromptu video, but I wanted to make sure to get one out for the weekend, and y'all have other things to do other than watch me talk about records. So got some cool stuff this week. I'll tell you a little bit about my digs a little bit later on that I've been on this week if I have time. But before we get started on this whole thing, sorry, I wanted to address one thing. I do get a lot of people that send me records in the mail from their bands or their personal projects or artists that they really like or whatever, and they want me to talk about them on my videos. I don't have a system of how I process these things. And so I wanted to just let you guys know if that's something that you do, if you're sending me records or whatever. First of all, if I haven't talked about them, it's not because I don't like them. It's just that I might not have gotten around to it yet. Second of all, I don't promote things. I'm not a promoter. I just am here to talk about records that I really like. So Heavy Rotations is more of me recommending albums that I really like and showing you guys what I've been finding and all that stuff, rather than a platform where you can promote your band or whatever. So I've had a couple people that have sent me records with the expectation that I would do a review on them and talk about them. Had one person in particular that got kind of pushy about me putting it on the channel, and I wanted to be transparent with you guys and let you guys know, if you send me a record, have the understanding that it is a gift to me, and then I will listen to it, and I may or may not talk about it. If it ends up being something I really like and I talk about on my channel, then it's good for you or whatever. And then if I don't, then I don't. But no big deal either way. I just want to let you guys know that's the precedent for if you send an album, don't be at me saying, why aren't you talking about my records on your channel? I get probably 10 to 20 records a month from just random people. So just to let you know. Show me some grace. I listen to what I want to listen to, you know what I mean? So I've never been paid to, compensate. I've never been compensated to talk about any record. I just do it because I like it. So first record that I want to show you guys today is this 13th Floor Elevator, Bull of the Woods. This is a record I've been after for a long time. I have Easter Everywhere. I have Psychedelic Sounds. I got the live one. But this is one that has eluded me. I've been trying to get it for a long time. Very good record. It's a little bit different than their other stuff. I love the sound on this record. It's very different, but killer stuff. This is an original stereo, really clean copy. Finally found one at a reasonable price. The guy cut me a good deal on it, so very appreciative of that. 13th Floor Elevators is one of my favorite bands. I love that they did, a lot of the psychedelic garagey bands only did one record, so they did a few. Some really great stuff. Another one, Big Star, #1 record. I've been looking for this one for many years, and finally got one. A guy that I follow on Instagram had a copy for sale, and he kind of described it to me. I bought it. Got this thing in the mail, and the thing that I'm most concerned about is the disc's in good shape and all that stuff. But somebody faked the promo sticker. Somebody cut that out, printed it off their computer and cut it out and pasted it on the cover. So it's not a real promo sticker, which just kind of gets under my skin a little bit. I'd rather just not be there, because it's, I don't know that it is a promo. Maybe it was a promo and they lost the sticker and they made it over. I don't know. But anyways, that's, it's a great record. I'm glad to have an original press of it. It's kind of a bummer about that, but I've had, lately I've been kind of getting to where I'm like, I don't know if I want to buy records online anymore, because I've had a lot of bad luck here lately, just with mainly people overgrading things, like people saying, oh, this is a VG plus copy, and you get it in the mail and it's like G plus VG at best, And, you know, it's everybody's grading is different, but when you have a really sensitive system like I do, a difference between a VG Plus and a VG is a big deal. So, you know, especially like there's a lot of amateur sellers on Instagram. And if I bought records from you, I'm not talking about you in particular. I'm just like, because there's a couple guys I bought records from on Instagram that have been incredible and that I've like thoroughly loved dealing with. There's a guy on Instagram, Bluesbreaker. His name's Bluesbreaker. His name's Caesar. He's a really nice guy. I bought a bunch of records from him and been totally pleased. Neurotic Confusion is another Instagram page. Jacob, I have bought a bunch of records from him. Nothing but great. Both of those users, incredible stuff. But some of the other ones I've, you know, gotten stuff in the mail. It's hard because we're friends. So for me to be like, hey man, this is not really VG Plus, you know, it puts me in a tight spot to where I either, you know, soil our friendship or, you know, whatever. So anyways, I don't know that I want to do that anymore. I might just try to find things locally because that's where the real fun is. Anyways, I'll get off my soapbox about that. This is the Toad 50th anniversary box set. I had a bunch of people, I posted a video of this playing, and a bunch of people were like, oh man, what's on it? Because there's no Discogs listing for it yet. Last time I checked, which was like yesterday. But disc 1 is this Toad record. Disc 2 is the EMI acetate. So there's a few different variations of songs. Disc 3 is Toad 45 RPM and unreleased studio tracks. So that was the single they put out, and then a bunch of unreleased studio tracks. This is definitely worth getting. They did a cover of Your Time Is Gonna Come by Led Zeppelin, which I was excited to hear that. I didn't even know. So this comes with a poster and a booklet. It's very cool. I'm obsessed with this record. You guys know that. And so when this came out, I had to grab it. And this is definitely worth getting. I think I paid $88 for mine. It was on eBay. And I just had to get it. I tried to find copies for the shop. I couldn't find a supplier that had them. I think there's only like 200 copies or something like that. I can't remember how many it said. It might have been 200 or 500. I can't remember, but it was a low quantity. So had to mention, got this last week and I had to keep it because it's a promo, ZZ Top Eliminator. This is the type of album I don't normally keep because, you know, really common stuff that comes in, it comes and goes, and you know, sometimes I pick it up, sometimes I don't. But this is one that I didn't have, and I grew up on this record. Love this record. And I know it's not the best ZZ Top record. It's the most commercial ZZ Top record. I don't care. It's got some great legendary songs on it. Every single song on this record I know every word of. So this is one that was important to me when I was young. It's a promo copy. It's near mint. And Dusty just passed away. It's just super sad. I never got to see him. I almost saw him several times. I never got to see him. I really hate that. That not only did he pass away, but the band's pretty much done for, you know, without him, probably, I would assume. But it's just really super sad. But ZZ Top goes without saying, they need no appreciation from me. They have millions of fans all around the world. Incredible band. Their first 3 albums are my favorite. Just unreal stuff. But anyways, got this original David Bowie Heroes. It is a promo copy type of thing that when I see a clean promo and I don't have it, I keep it just because I collect promos. I like to have top copies of things. This is a super sweet condition. This is another one I didn't have. Traveling Wilburys 3. Just kind of hard to find because of when it was pressed. You know, it was this 91, 90, 89, 1990. Yeah, things of that era mostly came out on CD and cassette, so kind of hard to find. So nice to find this one for the collection. I don't think I've ever had one. Lynyrd Skynyrd, Nothing Fancy. Growing up, this was the Skynyrd album I could never find. I have one now, and it's a weird like French pressing where all the words are like in a weird font. I don't remember what it looks like, but this is Japanese, like an original Japanese pressings came in the shop, and I was like, man, I've got almost all the other Japanese pressings, so I was like, I gotta get that to kind of complete the set because I'm a crazy person. But Lynyrd Skynyrd, growing up, one of my favorite bands. I've seen them, you know, obviously not the original lineup, but my first concert was the Allman Brothers and Lynyrd Skynyrd. And just, you know, growing up in the South, your intro to rock and roll is Southern rock most of the time. So Lynyrd Skynyrd was, you know, they got some great songs. Say what you will, they're amazing. This is one a friend of mine brought in the shop and sold in. And I ended up keeping. I had a copy, but this is an upgrade copy for me. This is Parliament Live, and it has the shirt transfer, the iron-on shirt transfer. I'll show you. Why not? If you, I'm sure you've seen it, but maybe you haven't. I've had it a few times. So it comes with a poster, but all these shirt transfers got transferred to a shirt. But that's the if you can iron this on a shirt, and I think you probably still could do it. I don't know, but I mean, I kind of want to do it, man. Take funk to heaven in 77. Parliament. Anyways, Parliament, love. Parliament, Funkadelic, George Clinton, anything in that realm. Any P-Funk stuff, I'm a huge fan. So I upgraded my copy of that one. There's another one. You guys know I've been into Motorhead a little bit. This is an original press of Ace of Spades. This is the first 1980 pressing. There's a lot, like when you see like early copies, usually they're the 81. This is an original 1980 press, so super thrilled to get that one. It's in really good shape. This just recently came out. Now, this is Tedeschi Trucks Band featuring Trey Anastasio, Layla, live at Lachlan. Live at Lachlan. I don't even... talking out of my butt here. But this came to the shop. We only got a few copies, and they sold immediately. Incredible. They do a killer version of Little Wing on here. Anything Derek and the Dominoes, I mean, not Derek and the Dominoes, anything Tedeschi Trucks Band, I have a ton of their records. Anything they put out, I buy it because it's just amazing. Derek Trucks, as far as I'm concerned, is one of the greatest guitar players to ever walk the face of the planet. Definitely one of the greatest to be living right now. I mean, he went to college and studied voice so he could learn how to emulate it with his guitar. I mean, because slide guitar, a lot of times people try to emulate vocals with that. And dude, he is just like, I mean, I'm sure you guys know who Derek Trucks is, but unreal slide player. I mean, I could listen to him all day long. And Susan Tedeschi is his wife. She's incredible as well, incredible guitar player. And so it's top choice stuff. This is one kind of funny. I grew up, I guess, what year did this come out? I'm going to date myself. So this came out in 2004. This is Aerosmith, Honkin' on Bobo. Now, it's all screwed up right here. I know. But I always loved this record. It came out in 2004, so I was like, I don't know, 16 when it came out. 15, 16, 17, something like that when it came out. And I got the CD from a friend, and I listened to it like crazy when I first got my license. And I just always loved, like, Baby Please Don't Go on here is a really good one. I don't know, there's a bunch. I haven't heard the album in a long time, and I've always wanted it on vinyl, but it's like $200. This is an original press, 2004 press, and it's like $200. I don't know what the heck happened to this. It looked like somebody's cat scratched it or something, but the record's in great shape. But the cover just has all messed up right there. I got it for $40. So pretty stoked to have it on vinyl. You know, to say that you can't play the cover, but it's just, this is one of my favorite Aerosmith albums. I don't have a lot of Aerosmith, but this is a good one. I mean, it's good and it's hard to find. A friend of mine was selling a bunch of punk stuff and a couple metal things. And I bought some things from him. Now, I'm going to do a separate punk video because lately I have bought so much punk stuff. And yesterday when I went digging, I went back to the attic I've talked about before. Oh my gosh. I found like a section I hadn't been through yet. And it was so much good punk, 7 inches and stuff. So I found so much good stuff yesterday. Crazy. But anyway, so I'm going to do a separate punk video. I've been super into punk, been listening to it a lot. And I've been finding a lot. Just, that's the way my tastes go. My taste fluctuates into like, it goes hand in hand with what I'm finding. Usually if I find a bunch of punk, I'll get on a punk kick. Or if I find a bunch of like jazz or funk or psych, I'll just be in that vein for a month or two. And then I'll find something like a collection of something and just immerse myself in it. That's just how I am. But so lately it's been a lot of punk. This Possessed is on Combat. This is not punk, this is metal. But I got this from my friend that I got the punk stuff from. When it comes to metal, like this type of metal, I'm totally a newbie. All right, I didn't grow up listening to this. I didn't grow up listening to metal at all. Like a little bit of Metallica and like Black Sabbath and stuff like that, but no, like, you know, combat metal. Some of the, you know, like mid to late 80s metal like this, I love. Some of it I don't. And so it's a case-by-case deal. So everything I get, I listen to. Looks like this came out in 1985. This is an original press on Combat, and I listened to this. I was going to sell it, but I loved it so much. I was like, I can't. It's just so freaking killer. It's got the, you know, embossed letters and everything, but really, really cool record. Hard and heavy, sweeping guitar, good vocals. Like the vocals have to hit for me because they all have the arpeggio sweeping guitars, you know, but the vocals have to reach out and grab me. This is another one he had. He had the No Remorse Motorhead, but it has the leather cover. It's leather edition. Pretty cool. So he had that. I think I have almost all the Motorhead I really need right now. So that's good. He also had this, which is not punk or metal. This is a Public Enemy. Takes a nation of millions to hold us back. This is the original press near mint with the hype sticker. Had to get it. I don't have a ton of hip hop in my collection. I probably have like 50, maybe 30 hip hop records. But I'd like to rebuild. Like I've got some original pressings that I love, but I'd like to rebuild because I've had a lot in the past. I do love hip hop, but I want to get like all the ones that are important to me, like early Biggie and Tupac and stuff like that. Like I have Nas Illmatic. I've got an original press of that. And then like, so I'm trying to get all that stuff for my collection to have just kind of those essential hip hop records. And so this is one of them, is an essential record. I'm glad to have a really clean copy. If you guys hear some activity in the background, I'm doing this in the middle of the day, which I never, ever do. But it's my last chance to get one out before the weekend. So this is like Thursday afternoon. I'm making this, and the kids are playing and yelling at each other in the background. So that's what that is. The other day, this guy comes in the shop and he's like, "Hey, he had this collection of records that a relative had given him, and he was moving or something and needed to get rid of them. Anyways, and he's like, would you be interested?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So he brings me in these 3 tubs of records. And they're all like Latin, which I'm automatically like intrigued because I love Latin music and like Afro-Cuban stuff and like, so a lot of it was total garbage, a lot of it. But there were like 20 really good records in there. So I'm getting through those and cleaning them up and all that stuff. But I pulled a few to show you guys that I got out of that collection. I basically bought the whole collection for those 20, So it's the other stuff I put out in the shop. I've already put out a ton in the shop that are like $5 records, like cheaper records, and some $1 and some $3. But some of the bigger ones I kind of kept back to. I might sell them, but I might probably. But this is one Coke. This is on the Sound Triangle label. That Sound Triangle label, when you come across like Latin stuff, is all good, or if you don't like it, at least it's all worth money. So if you see it cheap, grab it. This record is like probably, you never see them clean. This one's probably a VG copy, and they probably, they don't go for a ton, but they are affordable, findable, really, really killer, funky salsa type of Afro, what do they call it? Afro-Cuban type feel to it. This is the biggest one I got from him. This is Ray and His Court. This is a South Florida band. This is also on Sound Triangle. This is a South Florida group with Ray, and he has his 2 sons and his wife here. They're all in the band as well. And he had some other killer players on here, but there's a lot of like Latin type of like salsa numbers, but there's 2 like Afro-Cuban funk with the taste of Latin songs on here. One's called Cookie Crumbs, and that's one of the most popular ones, but there's another one called Soul Freedom. It's the last track on the album, and it is killer. It's my favorite. It's so good. So look for that track, Soul Freedom. I've had even the 45. I've had it before, and it's desirable as well. But you never find these clean. This one's in the shrink. The record's relatively clean. This one, when I saw it, I haven't had a moment like this in a while. But when I saw it, I was like, "Gah!" Like my heart sank. I was like, I hope I can get these because I need this record. And he obviously wouldn't let me pick the records I wanted, so I had to just buy everything. You know. This is another one I didn't know anything about. This is Man Trap 2. This is Disco Fantasy. So these guys are, I don't know what Man Trap means. I mean, I can draw some conclusions, but this guy's trapped. Look at him. He's trapped by the killer Afro-Cuban sound triangle rhythms. This has got some really funky elements to it, some great synth stuff to it. So go down that sound triangle rabbit hole and find some good stuff. There's some great ones on there. So those are some cool ones that I found from him. This is some stuff I've bought from a friend. This is Los Walkers. These are really great. I believe they're from Argentina, maybe, but South American garage psych type stuff. They got a great version of Gloria on here that they can't pronounce some of the words right, and it's hilarious. But look at that text. It's total Doors ripoff. But and the cover too, I guess. But really good stuff. That one I was excited about. That one's kind of rare. Not necessarily super valuable, but just rare. This is another one. La Barra de Chocolat. Another South American garagey psychedelic record as well. Music Hall. A lot of those come on Music Hall. These are original pressings from Music Hall. That's a great one. This one's called... try to pronounce this. So if you're watching this, plug your ears. Los Bichos? Bichos? I'm not cursing. I just am reading. There's no T in there, so I'm not going to call any more attention to it. This is on Music Hall. It does not mean the American foul B word. It means something else, I'm fairly confident. Anyways, another one's in the same vein. And then I also got this one. Here's another one. Jody. Now, what's funny is on Discogs, Jody is spelled I-O-D-I, but it's not. It's J-O-D-I. But on Discogs, it says I-O-D-I. Maybe because that looks like an I. I don't know. That's, Discogs is the Wikipedia of the record world. A lot of it's correct, but a lot of it's not. But this is a really cool, like, lo-fi, psychedelic, acid folk type of record. This is probably my favorite one in the stack, but it's very lo-fi in its recording, so it's kind of hard to, it's not hard to listen to, but it's just not as good sound quality, you know what I mean, as the rest. This is one I got from him that I'm most excited about. I've been looking for this record for several years. Armageddon, The Maze. Just off the chart psychedelic record, one of the best. I should have shown this at the beginning probably. I like to show some really good stuff at the beginning to keep you, interested. But fantastic psychedelic record. If you haven't heard this, just as far as I'm concerned, like there's all these different splits of psychedelia. This is actually psych. Like there's a lot of people that they say, oh, Blue Cheer is a great psych band. Blue Cheer's not a psych band. Blue Cheer is a blues rock band. Same with a lot of those bands, like they're blues rock and they're rare. They're not on the radio. They're not as well known, but they're off the beaten path, but that doesn't mean they're psych. This is actually a really great psychedelic record. I love it. I've listened to it a lot since I've gotten it. Great stuff. Got this recently. This is a bootleg of Sam Hain. I figured I doubt I'm ever going to find an original, so I might as well just grab the bootleg. I bought it from my own shop because I had one, and I was like, I need to go ahead and grab that because I need that record. Because you can't stream it or anything, so it's kind of tough. But if anybody has any like Sam Hain or like Rare Misfit stuff that you want to sell or trade, holla! This one's really cool. It's Blues Pills. This came out in like 2014. Really good female-driven hard rock with a touch of psych, crazy guitar riffage. This is neo, I guess I'd call this neo-psych. Really, really great record. The artwork does not let you down. That is how it sounds. It's great. And the vocals are phenomenal. Female vocals. Really good stuff. Called Blues Pills. Check that out. Last but not least is, so these, sorry, I just ate a burrito. These King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard Fuzz Club boxes. Okay, so there's box sets. Look at, first of all, look at the graphics on that. Can I just have that tattooed on my back, please? This is live in Asheville, which Asheville's right down the road. I grew up going to Asheville a lot. Still go to Asheville a lot. It's not that far. It's like 2.5 hours from here. So I'm sure you guys know about this, but they did this this official bootleg thing to where they let anyone have the source material for all their live shows and a soundboard. It sounds phenomenal. And they're like, you can bootleg it. You can make all the money. Just send us a few copies. And like, people did it. I thought about doing it just for the shop, but so many people already were doing, like, this is, I could never make a set this nice. This is incredible. And so, you know, I don't know how it works, but I think it probably worked out for him. I got a lot of people excited about him. So, you know, this comes in 3 sleeves like this, and it has the information on here, and this is wicked colored wax, like this. So whoever did these, it's the Fuzz Club, did them, and it's a 3 LP set. These are great quality. They sound amazing. So if you can get your hands on these and you're a King Gizzard fan, I would strongly suggest doing it. So I got this one, and this is the one I've listened to, and it sounds amazing. And since I'm a crazy person and I can't be stopped, I got this one. This one's Brussels. So same Fuzz Club. And I haven't opened this yet, but I'm going to soon. And then I also got this Paris one, which I love the artwork on this one too. It's like chameleons taking over. But really, really cool box sets. If you're into King Gizzard, then you might like to hear those things. So thank y'all so much for watching this video. Sorry I haven't been making a lot of videos lately. Just been super slammed. Been like digging left and right, working it to the bone. But if you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button. If you've gotten this far and you're not already subscribed, I don't know what to tell you. But anyways, hey, let me show you this. This is really cool. Since you guys have waited so long, this is like, so you guys have probably seen like the At Their Best for each member of Cream. Well, this is a box set that I just found. I've never seen the box set version. So it has all 3. How cool is that? Anyways, all right, y'all have a good one. We'll see you next time.